Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about the robot frameworks. So now here I have come up with a new testing tools that's robot framework. So here we'll see what exactly the robotic framework is and how it works. So now if someone has done Selenium before, for them it's very easy to learn, or I can say this testing tools will be very easy for them to adapt because in Selenium they have already done the testing process. It's quite similar to that. Just the difference here is in case of Selenium, mostly we go for, or in case of Selenium tools, mostly we go with those Java programming language. Here, the programming language changes to Python. And in Selenium, it's like more of the rest things you can say it's more of similar. Like using the commands based on the commands execution, just the syntax changes to Python, and it's very easy to adapt and to understand. Nowadays, the Python is much in demand, so it's very important to know about the Python thing, and you should know how we can perform this during testing. So let's see what exactly robot frameworks is. First, I'll give you the introduction of robot frameworks, then I'll help you with the installation process. Then one by one, I'll come up with new videos where I'll be talking about the test cases, the different ways of writing test cases, and more. So first, let's talk about robot frameworks. So basically, robot framework is an open source automation frameworks for acceptance testing, acceptance test driven development, and robotic process automation. So it's an open source. It's an open source, that means it's easy to use. Second thing, it provides a simple tabular syntax for writing test case in language. So here you are writing the test case in simple language. Now it's somewhat similar to Cucumber if you have heard this before, or if you are familiar with that. So it's somewhat similar to that. There also we write the test cases in simple English language. We are going to write the same way here. This makes it accessible for both technical and non-technical user. Now if I write some steps and just put it in front of you, just by reading that those steps, you can easily figure it out that these test cases you are going to write or just you are working on these test cases. So that's simple it is. And robot frameworks gives you that. So here you write the test cases in simple tabular form, basically tabular syntax we say it. So we write the test case in simple way, and based on that we write the steps. So it's very simple to know. Just it's like once you start using it, you'll find it more easy. Now there are a few features of this robot frameworks. Features like keyword driven. So if you're writing a test case, obviously there will be certain keywords to identify those test case. So robot frameworks use a keyword driven approach where test cases are written using keywords, making them easy, readable, and understandable for both technical and non-technical users. So here you need to remember a few keywords that I'll be talking about. Basically, it's a keyword driven approach. So this makes the test cases easy, and through this keyword, you can write the test cases. Test data syntax. Second feature, the test case in robots are written in tabular format using plain text. That means simple English language, that the way we are talking. So test data can be organized in table using a simple syntax, such as using pipes to separate columns. See, so how easy it is. Like if it's in tabular form, it will be more easy for you to figure it out that what exactly and how we are placing things. The syntax are very simple here. Extensible architecture. Robot frameworks has a modular architecture that allows easy integration with other libraries and tools. It supports a wide range of libraries for various purposes, such as Selenium for web testing, APM for mobile testing. So here, robot frameworks, or I say the robot architecture, supports Selenium as well as APM. So Selenium for web testing. So we are going to use the same Selenium here, just in robot structure, or you can say robot frameworks. So here we call it robot frameworks because we are using a different language that's called as Python. So Python with Selenium, you can relate that way. So that's the structure basically here. Now cross-platform, that's the fourth feature. So it's a cross-platform frameworks, means it can run on various operating systems like Windows, Mac, and Linux. Built-in test library. Robot frameworks come up with a rich set of built-in libraries for tasks such as file operation, string manipulation, and HTTP request. So these libraries provide reusable keywords that can be used in test cases. So basically, in this, you have built-in libraries in case of robot frameworks. And the best thing about the built-in libraries are that you can use the keywords in the test cases. Now the next thing is plugin ecosystem. So there are variant ecosystem of third-party libraries and plugins available for robot frameworks, allowing users to extend their functionality as per their requirement. Report and logs. Robot frameworks generate detailed reports and logs after test execution, making it easier to analyze test results and identify issues. So here, as usual, when you are working with the robot frameworks, you will have a section called as reports and log that will help you to keep the report of all your test cases. And in fact, you can have the analysis of the test cases and identify the issues. So basically, the features that you see, it's quite similar. In fact, it's better than other. So here things are getting more better and more systematic that will help you to learn. So that's why I say robot frameworks is somewhat more easier than what we have done before. So there's these are different features, and by going through these features I would be quite clear, like you'd be quite clear with this thing, that robot frameworks help us to perform different testing process with all the features like reports, and you can use on different platforms and all of this. At last, after going through all of this discussion, the last conclusion here is just two things. First, it's an open source test automation frameworks for acceptance testing and acceptance test driven test development. Test driven development means like you can apply multiple data for a single test case. That's basically test driven testing. And the second thing is the test case in robot frameworks are based on keywords written in tabular format, which makes it clear and readable and convey the right information about the intention of test cases. For example, to open browser, the keyword used is open browser. So you see the browser, like just by if we use these type of keywords like open browser, so it's quite clear to anyone reading that they are talking about to open the browser. So that's how we'll be writing the test cases. So this is all about the introduction of robot frameworks, what exactly the frameworks is, what are the features, exactly what this frameworks is all about, and how it looks about. It's about that. Now we will write the test cases as well, but before doing the test cases, one thing we have to keep in mind is we have to perform these steps. First, we have to install Python. That's important. Second, we have to install PyCharm IDE, just like Eclipse we are using in case with Java with Selenium, or IntelliJ we use in case with Java with Selenium. Here we are using IDE PyCharm. That's a Python-based platform. Now install Selenium, and Eclipse is just, I can say, you can say that it's a Java based platform. Now again, you need to install Selenium the way you used to install before. You need to install Selenium here. You need to install robot frameworks, and at last you need to install robot frameworks with Selenium library. So these few things you have to do. So the next step we are going to do that. Now if once the introduction is done, now I'll help you with the installation process. So installation process is very easy. If you talk about installation of Python, you'll write just write install, or say download Python download. Now this is the first link. Click on this download Python. Now come here. Once you open this python-org/download, after this go to the download section, click on Python. Now by doing this, you see my Python is getting downloaded here, and it's already downloaded. So just I will do double click and I'll start installing this platform. So now here the installation process starts. So install now, I have taken this particular location where it's installed, and it's installing Python in my system. So installation is very easy. Just download and .exe file. This is in case of Windows. In Mac, it will be a different. So just you have to install, you have to put the setup in your system so that once the setup is done, then you can start using it. So just I have clicked the install button and this thing is installing. So let's wait for this installation to complete. So it says setup was successful. Python is installed in my system. So I'll close it. Now I'll open my command prompt. So just go to the Windows search of your system, search for CMD. And just now I'll check the version of Python. So I'll write Python dash dash version. So this gives the version of Python. So I'm using a Python version of 3.11.5. Now the next thing, what you are going to do. So the next thing I'll do is I'll go for pip. Now here by using pip, I'll see if you write pip, this is basically a keyword, or you can say command. Basically, pip is used for the installation purpose. If you want to install something, you have to write first pip. If you have to install anything in this Python, or in this case, you have to use first this pip keyword, and after that, you have these commands. So for installation, you have command as install. For download, you have the command as download. For configure, so yeah, just this I have done this just to show you that how exactly we'll approach when we are approaching for us when we are trying to install some particular tool, or we are trying to download some package, or we are trying to uninstall. So which are the command lines that we will be using? So all the installation, everything we have to do through here. So we need to know all these command lines. We need to know all of this. So that's why we are just I have written pip and pressed enter. So you can see all these command lines here. Now the next thing here is I have to install. The very first thing is Selenium. So to install Selenium, I'll use pip. Install is the keyword, or you can say the command. And what I'm trying to install? Selenium. So I'll do this. Pip install Selenium. So it's obtaining all the informations, and you see it's downloading all the required stuffs for Selenium. So once it's everything is installed, then it will at last give you a message that things are installed. So it's basically installing everything. So you see it's mentioning installing collected package as sorted containers, these, all of this it's installing one by one. You see, now it says that run python.exe pip install upgrade pip. So it's like it's asking if you want to upgrade pip, you can upgrade it. Okay. Now this is done. So for here, a new release is available for pip. So it's asking to upgrade it, but it's fine. We have done the installation of Selenium. That one part is done. So it's very simple. Just write pip install Selenium, and that installation is done. Now we have to install the robot frameworks. So I'll write pip install. See, the installation process is very easy. Just you have to remember this, how to do the installation, right? Robot framework. Enter. Now do pip install robot frameworks. Now this time we are installing robot frameworks. That's all. Now the robot frameworks is installed. Just if you want to see the robot framework, so just write show robot framework. Sorry, it's pip. So I missed pip. See, without pip, the command line is not working. So I have to write this pip show robot framework. So now it shows that which particular version of robot is installed. It's installed with the latest version, that is 7.00. This is the home page where you can go and know more about the robot. Basically, if you want to study more about robot, you can study from here. This is the link, website link, or you can say the official link for robot framework. So it's like if you want to go through it, just paste, you will get all the documentations related to robot here. Okay. Now this is done. So basically, we have installed three things. First, we have installed, in fact, three. Yeah, the first one we have installed Selenium. Second one, what did we do? Yeah, we installed two things, I think so. The first one was installation of Selenium. Yeah, and the second one was installation of robot frameworks. That's completely done. So now, if you want to see the list, what list are available? So I write pip list, and it shows that these all things are there in your system. So while installing Selenium and all, these all things were added to your project. It was added to your system. So I do CLS, and I remove everything. Now we have to install few more things, like we have to install PyCharm packages. So for that, before I have to install the PyCharm IDE. So first I have to install the PyCharm IDE that I was talking about. So first we'll see how to install that as well. So again, I go to Google Chrome. This time I write download PyCharm. Now this is basically an ID that's available by default. This is basically an ID that's for it's basically a Python based platform. So we go for PyCharm because here all the libraries of Pythons are available from beforehand. So we go for PyCharm. So we need to download this as well. So now when you are downloading PyCharm, it says download PyCharm Python IDE for data science. So for this, let's start the downloading process. Now just to download PyCharm, you see download PyCharm Python IDE for data science. So click on this. Now here you see you have two PyCharms. One is for professional that says 30 days trial. So don't go for professional. If you are a student, you are learning, go with this one that is community edition. It's similar. There is some differences between them, but it's more about for the developer ones, like they go with the data science and development process. So they go with the professional one. For we as a tester, we can go with this community one. So click on this and you see PyCharm is straight away download. So this downloading and installation process are very easy. So you don't have to think about that. After this, the next step when you start doing that's difficult. So installation is not that difficult. Just it's very simple. Follow the steps. We don't need to do any more changes. We don't need to do too many changes. So installation becomes very easy. Right now, in my case, till it's downloading, it will take some time. And after that, this PyCharm will also get downloaded. So we will install that PyCharm in our system, and then we'll see how it looks. Basically, all the configuration part will be done. So then from the next video, we can start doing writing the test cases. So we'll talk about certain test cases, some theory about that, and then we'll start straight away. So it seems like it's downloaded. It's taking some more time. Uh, it's in progress, in download in progress. It's done. Just open this, double click on that. Once it's downloaded, double click on that pycharm.exe. So I've downloaded .exe version for Windows. And now it's asking for certain permission. I said yes. Just do next. Now this is the location where you will find your PyCharm program files, JetBrains. So remember, inside the JetBrains, you have PyCharm community editions. So I'm not going to change things because it's good. I've kept it in the, yeah, I'll create a, here, create desktop shortcut for this. So I've created a desktop shortcut. Next, I'll do install, and I'm installing everything. So just you click on install, the PyCharm community edition will install. Now this will take some time, and in few minutes, this thing will be installed. So once it's installed, you will have the PyCharm icon on your desktop because you have created the shortcut of it. So by this, the PyCharm is also installed. So in this video, we have talked about the robot frameworks. We have downloaded Python. We have downloaded the Selenium. We have downloaded the frameworks. We have robot frameworks. Now we have downloaded the PyCharm. So we have all the required element in our system. So just you have to follow the steps and just make your system ready. Now, once everything is ready, then in next video, we'll see how to write a test case. We'll start with the robot frameworks. So I hope that's all in this video. Now this installation process is going with, let it go, it'll complete. Once it's complete, just you have to do finish and nothing else. So this will take time. If you want, you can wait for this installation to complete. So it's doing a little bit fast. So let's wait for this to complete. Now you see this, by this, it comes to the end of the PyCharm thing, the installation. Just do finish and PyCharm is installed in your system. So now you have PyCharm also available in your system. It's not that you have to use PyCharm. You can use different IDE as well, but I'm using this one. And you see PyCharm community is available over here. So that's all in this video. See you in next video. with writing the test cases. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.